This video is going to be a Vanguard Stocks and Shares ISA Portfolio update as of the end of Feb / the start of March 2022. The last one I'd done was in December 2021, right at the end of the year. So I'm going to go through the changes from December to now. The portfolio rate of return has dropped quite a lot. I'm going to be showing you all of the figures. Also going to be talking about what's going on in the market, as well as how much I actually have, what I'm investing into, and all that good stuff. The stock market has been very volatile so far in 2022, largely trading sideways. There's not been much for gain or loss, as you can see with the S&P 500 and the global economy through VWRL. But there's been a lot of volatility, a lot of ups and downs, mainly due to uncertainties around interest rates, cost of living rises, wars breaking out. So there's a lot of economic factors. I'm not going to get into that. But what I would say is volatility is normal. Of course, it's been a bit more than usual. Over the last few years, the stock market has just seemed to have gone in a straight line to the moon. That doesn't normally happen. There's normally some sort of volatility, some sort of interest rate hike, oil crisis, something around the corner. And this is pretty normal. When it comes to investing, the most important thing is to simply ignore the noise, continue buying and holding over the long term, and all of these short-term movements are going to be irrelevant in 10, 20, 30 years time. Before I dig into my Vanguard Stocks and Shares ISA portfolio and show you the current value, what I'm investing into, and the rate of return, to give a bit of background, I've now been using this Stocks and Shares ISA since August 2018, so well over 3 years now, nearly 3.5 years. I initially started off with £100, now I've upped it over all those years slowly, and now I'm currently contributing £650 per month. All of my money is in one fund. 100% of every pound is in the single global fund, which I'll show you in a second. And my strategy is essentially what I try to preach here on YouTube and on my other social media platforms, to automatically buy every single month, continue to buy and hold no matter whether the price is up and down. Almost don't look at the price. Knowledge. I've actually checked my portfolio today on Vanguard for the purpose of this video, but I've not actually checked it for pretty much the whole of February. I don't really care what the price is, what the market's doing. I know my automatic investment is going through, and that's all that really matters to me. I then spend my time doing other stuff like making YouTube videos. So now let's actually look at my Stocks and Shares ISA portfolio value and what I'm investing into, and then we're going to compare it to December 2021 and see what a big impact 2 months can have in the stock market. So my total ISA value at the time of recording is £8,311, and as you can see, 100% of that money is in the FTSE Global All Cap index fund accumulation. So my cost basis is 17.1k. The current value, as I've just said, is 18.3k. So the gain is about £1,200. So first of all, it's a global fund. The FTSE Global All Cap invests all around the world. I've got loads of videos on global funds and why I use them. I'll link those in the description. That's also quite a big focus of my ebook, Stop Waiting, Start Investing. Accumulation means that all of the dividends are automatically reinvested. Through Vanguard, they have some funds where they offer both accumulation and income versions, but there are some funds where they only offer income versions. So with the income versions, the money gets paid out to you, the dividends get paid out to you as cash, and you then have to manually reinvest them back into whatever funds you want. For me personally, I would always say as a rule of thumb, try and use accumulation funds if possible, because the dividends will be automatically reinvested. That'll then grow and compound your wealth more over time. Personally for me, with the FTSE Global All Cap, there's an accumulation version, so that's the one that I choose to use. That then makes my investments even more hands-off, because not only are my monthly contributions going through automatically, but my dividends are also being reinvested automatically all into that fund. If you then click into the fund, you can see what I've been buying every single month, or sometimes more than once a month, via those green dots. So my average cost is £159 and the current price is £170. So as you can see, just looking at that graph, there's some points that I've bought at where it's been high. There's some points where I've been buying as it's been coming down. But what's interesting to see, if you can look in April 21, so nearly a year ago, that when the market was high, look at it then in November 2021, it went even higher. The stock market regularly hits all-time highs. That's just the nature of it as companies grow, become more innovative. Of course, there are dips and crashes, but simply by investing automatically every month, I'm not timing the market. Whether it's a high, a low, a dip, I'm still investing. And then over the long term, I personally believe the global economy is going to be much more valuable and innovative and productive in 20, 30 years time. So I have no problem buying at all-time highs. Don't get me wrong, I would like the market to crash by 30-50% so I can buy at low prices whilst I'm young, but my strategy is to automatically buy every single month no matter what the price is. The final thing to look at here in terms of performance is my rate of return, and I've done a date range from the 1st of January 2021 until today, because we can then compare it to my December 2021 portfolio and what the rate of return was then. But as you can see, the rate of return is 5.65%. So over that 14-month period, the rate of return is 5.5% pretty much, and that is what the fund has returned. And that essentially is my stocks and shares ISA update for February/March 2022. All the money is still in one fund. I'm still buying and holding. I'm not gonna start selling or get sucked into the news and the media and everything that's going on. All of that is irrelevant to me as a long-term investor, but I thought now it'd be useful to compare this to 2021, the end of 2021, and see how much I've lost or gained in the last 2 months.
But wait, there's more!
So my total portfolio was actually worth £18,169 at the end of 2021. So it's only about £150 more, but bear in mind, in the last 2 months, I've made £650 worth of contributions per month. So I've contributed £1,300 and I'm only £150 up, which essentially shows that the market has been dropping a bit over the last couple of months. Not only that, but my rate of return at the end of 2021 was looking pretty decent at 17.01%. Of course, now, adding on these extra 2 months at the start of 2022, my rate of return is now only 5.65%.
Look away for 3 seconds.
Ultimately, looking at the price of 1 unit of the FTSE Global All Cap, it was £181 at the end of the year of 2021, and now it's £170. And that is essentially why there's been a dip in my portfolio, or a relative dip in my portfolio, even though I've been making contributions. The value is essentially the same, and the rate of return has taken a hit because I'm continuing to invest, but I'm obviously not making any gains, which is why the rate of return has now fell by 12%, which is actually pretty mad if you think about it. In a 2-month period, that much can get wiped off. But as I keep on saying, the short-term noise and fluctuations and volatility are largely irrelevant to me. I'm going to carry on buying automatically every single month and just simply buy and hold over the long term in a single global fund.
The key to success is to keep your head above the water.
And that essentially wraps up my stocks and shares ISA portfolio update, the first one so far of 2022. A lot of things I've said already many times throughout this video, but I'm going to continue to invest. Of course, when it comes to your own investments, only invest what you don't need in the short term and can afford to lose. But for me personally, if I'm going to be investing for decades and not planning on using this money or living off of this money for decades, I have no problem with my portfolio being down. If anything, if prices do continue to tank, even though it will reflect badly in these updates and in my value and rate of return, it will be good for me over the long term, because at lower prices I can of course make more long-term gains, which is good for me. But yeah, let me know what you're investing into, if you use Vanguard or another platform, how your investments have been performing so far in 2022 in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. There's a lot of useful links in the comments as well to other videos and some of my products if you're interested in learning more about investing. But other than that, have a good day and thank you very much for watching this video.